Hello everyone, it's Imran here. Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to react to another requested video that I was requested to react to, and this is actually another video from the same channel that I reacted to the Killdozer Tales from the Bottle video. And this one is Attempting the Impossible, Hands Across America, which is obviously another Tales from the Bottle episode. So I have seen a video from this channel, and that obviously was the Killdozer video. If you want to go and check my reaction to that one out, it'll be in the top right hand corner of your screen. The same person that suggested from the same video person that suggested for me to react to the Killdozer Tales from the Bottle video requested for me to react to this one. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to react to a few more videos another video that I haven't catched up on just yet, but I figured it'd probably be a little bit rude that I didn't take this reaction request. So obviously, I was like, you know what, I'll just do this reaction request because he did request for it, because this person did request me to react to this. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really did enjoy the Killdozer story I did. That it was actually GTA in real life. That's basically how I put it. But I don't know what this Hands Across America story is. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. And this one was uploaded a month ago on April 28th. So this is one of the newer Tales from the Bottles videos. But I guess and I really, like I said, I really did enjoy the Killdozer one. Fingers crossed, hopefully, that I really do enjoy this one. Link to the video I'm reacting to in the description down below, as always. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this. So, and see what this story is all about. Oh, let me just make sure. Oh yeah, it's on the perfect video quality.
Approximately 40% of Americans have never left the United States. That may sound
Really?
strange to those of us outside America, but you have to remember the US is a big place. If I, as an Irish man, wanted to go to the desert for some reason, well, I'd have to leave Ireland. But an American could go to a desert, a snowy mountain.
So he's an Irish YouTuber. I wonder if if it's Ireland or Northern Ireland this person lives in.
A massive city, a forest, Disneyland, without ever leaving the country, and that drastically reduces their chances of ever meeting a Frenchman. There's little need to leave because it has everything, because it's so vast. So vast that making a chain of humans holding hands from coast to coast sounds like an impossible task. But it's actually been done. Hands Across America was a public fundraising event in 1986 that sought to bring 6 million Americans together in hand-holding across a 4,000-mile chain from the East Coast to the West Coast. The event was held by USA for Africa. That's United Support of Artists for Africa, not United States of America for Africa. You may remember them from the 1985 hit single We Are the World that featured a star-studded ensemble of celebrities raising money for famine and disease relief in Africa. USA for Africa hopes to replicate the success of We Are the World with Hands Across America, aiming to raise between $50 to $100 million with the event. It took 400 staff 9 months to organize the event and spread awareness. They even released another song for the event, although it didn't come close to the massive success of We Are the World, featuring no notable celebrities except for members of the band Toto, who provided instrumentals for the track. That didn't mean celebrities weren't on board with Hands Across America though. There were a few featured in the song's video, which aired for weeks on MTV, like Robin Williams and C-3PO. The song was also to appear in 1986's Super Bowl halftime show, although apparently Michael Jackson complained it upstaged We Are the World, which he had written with Lionel Richie. So instead of the song, there was a Hands Across America commercial featuring Lily Tomlin and Bill Cosby.
Hands Across America.
Oh, no.
Think of what we can do with
Not Bill Cosby. I mean, Bill Cosby's popularity went down the drain after he was sent to prison. That's all I'm saying right there. I can see why you were reluctant to mention Bill Cosby right there because of the bad stuff he did right there. I won't go too much into that.
The publicity campaign was a success, and come Sunday, May 25th, 1986, around 6 million Americans showed up to be part of Hands Across America. Participants were asked to donate $10 to reserve their spot, and if they wanted to give more, there were commemorative t-shirts and the like as an incentive. So, were they able to create a continuous human link from one coast to another? Yes, well, kind of. There were a number of hiccups along the way. The chain would start in New York and, as you can see, had a bit of a meandering path through cities like Washington, D.C. Believe it or not, the route chosen caused protests from cities that saw their exclusion from the event as an intentional slight rather than, you know, a matter of practicality. I mean, you want to be doing something like this, not this. Over 1 million Americans participated in other similar events, like Hands Across Hawaii, whose slogan was "Hawaiians are Americans too." Are you really that upset that you weren't involved? Hawaii is 2,000 miles away from the US mainland. Hands Across Massachusetts was an...
You're literally upset because you weren't involved. I mean, come on, America and Hawaii are literally next door to each other. Really? Really? Of course Hawaiians are Americans too, but you just didn't seem to know that.
Another one sparked by official protests from Senator Ted Kennedy and Representative Edward Markey, who were apparently taking their exclusion very personally. Thankfully, the 80s was a blissful time in America where there were no other problems whatsoever, so politicians had plenty of time to focus on this issue because there was nothing else worth addressing. Another hiccup was Sport Aid, another charity event that was also held by USA for Africa. Unfortunately, they had seemingly inadvertently organised both events for the same day, and since Hands Across America was much better publicised, Sport Aid suffered a disappointing turnout. But Hands Across America had great participation. There were celebrities like Bill Clinton, presumably holding the hands of some interns, Yoko Ono, and Mr. African Charity himself, President Ronald Reagan. Yeah, there were some protests over his involvement too. The chain of handholders ended up in some pretty interesting places, like New Jersey's Rahway State Prison, where 500 inmates held hands, and the Susquehanna River in Maryland, where divers held hands underwater. Springfield, Illinois,
I would not want to be underwater doing the Hands Across America challenge because I'd probably run out of oxygen. I would not want to do that underwater.
Lincoln impersonators holding hands, although they were outdone by 54 Elvis impersonators in Memphis, Tennessee. The chain did have some problems though, especially in the western states where the climate wasn't the most hospitable. God made the desert for scorpions and rattlesnakes to fight to the death under the boiling sun, not for a bunch of goons to hold hands in. As such, there were some gaps in the chain, although these were filled in with banners, or ribbons, or ropes. Some ranchers even used cattle to fill in the gaps. Then there were other parts of the line, like the big cities, where people just weren't doing it properly. They were standing real close together, or even in front and behind each other, leading to some parts of the chain being 10 people wide, which was obviously unnecessary, and also stupid. Hands Across America lasted about 15 minutes, during which time participants sang songs like America the Beautiful, We Are the World, and the Hands Across America song, obviously. If you count the gaps that were filled with non-human objects, they did manage to form a chain from coast to coast. If you also count the gaps that were filled with nothing. Yeah, unfortunately they couldn't quite complete the continuous chain, but, well, get this. There were enough participants involved to have done it properly if they'd all been standing 4 feet apart and weren't all bunched up in certain sections. As for the fundraising aspect, well, they didn't quite reach their $50 to $100 million target. The event instead raised $34 million. Still a fairly sizable sum, I certainly wouldn't turn it down, but well, even this wasn't as straightforward as it sounds. Obviously, a lot of the money had gone into organising the whole thing. Liability insurance alone cost $3 million. After deducting these operating expenses, only $15 million was left, less than half the money raised. Well, something is better than nothing, unless that something is the bitter fact that Americans are so contrarian even an event that literally united them hand in hand around the country for the purposes of charity was divisive enough to cause protests. United we stand, divided we also stand, but in a different state, cursing you for not making the hundreds of miles of detour to include us. Bastards. Overall, I think Hands Across America was a nice idea. You know what else is a nice idea?
What?
Watching another one of my videos. If you liked this one, that is, which I imagine you did if you made it this far. I have a video about another American charity event in the 80s that didn't turn out quite as planned. Actually, it was a disaster. And if you've seen a few of my videos,
maybe I might check that one out.
Why not subscribe to see them as I release them? Until next week, stay safe.
Good.
Is that it? So, they actually were able to form a change along to the coast, albeit there were a little bit gaps right there. Gosh, that line must have been really, really, really long right there, and to be in the desert right there. So yeah, I didn't even know they actually kind of did the impossible by doing a Hands Across America challenge where it literally went along the coast. I mean, it did kind of work, but there were some people who were not happy about it. So yeah, and that damaged charity event also that happened in 1986. I think I might watch that one as well, because that one actually seems quite interesting to watch. But yeah, this was actually quite an enjoyable video. Not probably as enjoyable as the Killdozer one, but nevertheless, it was still an enjoyable one to watch. So to the person who requested it to me, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I think I'm starting to get into these Tales from the Bottles episodes a little bit, and I think I might actually react to some more of these, because they definitely do seem interesting and fun to watch. They do. So yeah, I mean, I still don't get. I can't believe some people in Hawaii got upset that they weren't included. I mean, of course they know Hawaii is in America. They just obviously you could have taken part in it. I mean, you were really that upset. And not to mention there were protests surrounding the event, so obviously a lot of people weren't happy about it. So yeah, that was actually a really nice story. I think like I said, I'm really starting to enjoy these Tales from the Bottle series, because I'm learning more about, the history of some events that I never really heard about up until now. So yeah, I definitely might react to some more of these videos. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this requested video I reacted to, and also let me know in the comments down below what other videos you want me to react to next. Follow me on Instagram, links to that will be in the description down below. Share this video, subscribe if you're new here, ring that bell to get notified for when I upload new videos or when I post in the community tab. And also make sure you subscribe to my second channel, which is obviously my F1 channel, and links to that will also be in the description down below. I'll be uploading a few videos on there this week as well, so make sure you're subscribed to that channel and notified when those videos go out on my second channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!